rid of the delay here. Okay, it's not on here. I was kind of rushing my shave and I cut myself a little bit. So if you see blood, it's just a little bit. It should be stopping soon. But I felt like playing this game today. Remember to save, Kupo? I saved, Kupo. Oof, my keyboard is starting to go. So, on the last stream, we finished up the North Aldrin continents, just got to the South continent, did a little bit of the story that we got there, and that's pretty much it. I saved immediately, so I need to figure out where the hell am I going. Oops. This is where Necht is supposed to be. Looks like there's some kind of tunnel there. I wonder if we should just head straight to the town. There's supposed to be a monster to fight here. No. Shit. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but I kind of want to go check it out. Let's go check it out. I probably... No, I don't have the MOA. Damn, it's some battle thing, man. Okay, let's get smoke bombs on these guys. Why am I weakened? I don't know. Let's debate them. I guess we'll use Merton. I was gonna say the bees are faster than us. We should be okay. They do have a move that can hit the whole party. But as long as we get Merton in, we're good. This game does have like dungeons that aren't like part of the main storyline, so to speak. So I'm just gonna explore this. It's probably not gonna be that long of a dungeon. Hopefully, I'm usually wrong at those things. Torture tree has emerged. I like it when it's 4-on-1. So I guess I have lots of cottages, so I should be fine in terms of my heals. Recipe for learned staff and rejuvenating elixir. Only the thief can unlock this chest. So those blue chests seem like that they're extra chests. Mining bomb. I'm pretty sure I'm okay for mining bombs because we're carried over the mining bombs we got from oh, you fucker. That we got from the first game, and I'm pretty I searched as much as I could in that game when I was going through things. I found quite a few mining bombs there. But I think I'll be okay for them. Okay. Yeah, looks like it's just a little out of the way dungeon. Nothing special. Okay, I said I was for the next... Hey, Dookie, how's it going? It's going good. It's going good. How are you this fine Sunday? I totally forgot what I was going to do. These green dragons that look like their punch is stronger than their bite. I think they're against thunder, but I just use magical imbue. Did you put me on the phone and then put me in the shower? Or you're in the shower and then you're watching me at the same time? I don't like fighting these guys. They are annoying to fight. They have a move that can hit the whole party and make us bleed. Ooh, that's how I like it. Let's smoke bomb these guys. Debate, and we'll murt on them. No need, Dookie. I like to go bareback. It's kind of a trek to get over there. Richard Gere? Does that guy still look the same? Is he one of those people that just looks the same regardless of what decade he's in? That's dumb. Cut myself shaving. Puppies are playing too hard. Okay, here's the town. I'm doing okay. I'm gonna go see that fishing spot because there might be a recipe for a new fishing pole there. Oops. Okay, no problem. Friend, I assume you've heard the news from Rockwood. Fishing is one of the things that could soothe the grief of the lost. Do you need some bait? Okay. Let's do 30. And do some old fishing spear. Fishing's different in this game. You got like a little mini game you gotta do. It's not like super imperative that you get it right in the middle each time. And my guy has like a passive skill that pretty much gives me it even if I miss. Ooh, I get marlins if I get a perfect. Should probably try to get that. Marlins, I could get the heal 1500 for the party. But you don't always get it. That's good. I'm getting some marlins back. I was been using them a little excessively. Not a big. Okay, I just want to do a little bit of fishing here, a little bit of fishing there, kind of deal. And all the fishing spots, they always have a treasure chest. 3 large SP orbs. Ooh. It's my birthday. Bees! Small almost leveled up. Once we get him leveled up, I'll do the level ups, and I'm just gonna dump everything into defense. I know I'll be getting more, probably new equipment that'll help with that, but I'm just gonna use a whole level up for defense for everybody. Ooh. Ooh. Mind meld? I think they're Vulcans. Come on, kill them before they hurt me. Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, they murdered me! What the fuck? I wasn't expecting that. I just wanted to find out what would happen if I died. What the hell was I doing? Okay, we weren't far at all. Only have fought a couple battles. Oh, I gotta do this stupid fishing again, though. Should use crush on the damn green dragon. Oh, there's, I did not know they had these items. Small AP orb and 8 medium AP orb. That's for the level up bonuses. That's cool. Oops, wrong button. Okay, just everything into defense for this one. Well, everyone except Kix. Kix is pretty good. And the TV's pretty good. You know what? Maybe we'll do crit for him. Pure crit. Because his defense is more than good enough. Everyone else's defense was lacking though. Okay, Finny has one more level up to level 90. From that I should get the access to that new skill and hopefully have enough SP points. I've been hanging on to them for a while. Okay, let's do this again. I have to remember to save after every time I fish. I think flounders are... Is that the step down multi-heal item? I think I'm getting more Marlins though. Definitely getting more perfects this time around. Okay, better save this time. I like to, if I get nothing but perfects, then I get too much Marlins, you know? Getting too much Marlins would be, make the game too easy. So I thought I'd mix it up, you know, get some misses in there too. Okay, I am in Necht. We were at war with these people. Halt! Who goes there? Wait! I recognize you from Kort. You're a goblin lover and a protector. Guards! Let me just kick all your asses. You're the monster who helped defend the cesspool called Kort. These guys are like super racist towards goblins, and they were trying to go attack this town that has both humans and goblins in it, simply because the goblins live there. So one of our missions was to help protect that town. So, and then after we did that, we went back to go say, oh, we did a good job. We took out the whole advancing army. But when we got back to like the other town, it was like in complete shambles. It was burnt to the ground. And now, so we have to come to this town, somehow sneak in and steal one of their boats so we could go tell like some kind of high council. You know, because games get too... Yeah, it is. Go to... people won't want to watch it if it's too easy. Prelate, what do you want us to do with them? You think they'd be scared? Because I just murdered like their whole fucking army. Don't let that filth escape. Yes, sir. How dare you show your face in Necht? This maggot needs to be crushed beneath our boot heels. Fellow Nechtians, today our blades shall run red with the blood of our enemies. They just look like normal-ass people to me. Prepare to die, goblin lover. Oh, shit. Maybe I should have, Oh, I didn't scan this guy. These guys are different. Let's get Ultra Scan going. Debate. And Mertarn. Oh, damn. Of course, my dumbass doesn't replenish my MP. Oh, he's bleeding. You made me bleed my own blood. They're gonna teach me a lesson destroying their army with their civilians. Apparently they are, though. He just kicks us down. Okay, let's use those marlins I got. Actually, well, no, we'll get fates to throw on vigilance. That grants us an agility plus 1,000 and our speed up 100. We'll get Smo to use it, so that way take advantage of his ×2. Damn. Damn fart. My damn dog farted just reeks in here now. Like bad. Oh man. Okay, and Finny, you'll use Fast Life. If it was me, then I just don't say anything. Not like you guys can smell it. Skull Crusher, Bone Crusher. Holy shit. These guys are like way fucking stronger than the other guys. The other guys, I just had to smack them around a little bit. Come, they didn't send these guys out to the front lines. We heard it. Cleave. Okay, Kix, I need you to heal yourself. It's only... Just this red snappers. These guys are also immune to, like, everything. What the hell? Smo, you need to heal Kix. Him healing himself kind of sucks. Actually. Here's Viola. Finny, kill that guy. Maybe use Human Shield. Smoke bombs. Yeah, these guys are immune to everything. What the hell? Why didn't they send these guys out? Rain of Death. Actually, Finny's coming low on MP, and we might have more people to fight, so let's use a Sauce Shark. 50% HP and MP for the entire party, but when Smo uses it, it doubles that effect, which is beautiful. They are, man. Like when we're like, I just finished coming from the attack that they led on that small little town, and I was like, like Smo and Finny were using magical imbue together, and they could take down a guy. Just them two. Look at this, I'm like throwing everything at them now, and they're still going strong. Let's get Ultra Scan going again. There we go. That was just the first 3 guys. Ooh, 11,000 gold though. I like that. Is there no mercy? You defend those unworthy swine in Kort, and then slay our finest soldiers in our homeland? What do you want? I want you guys to stop being racist pricks. A ship? You'll never get ship passage in this town. Be my guest and visit the port. It'll be my pleasure to see them spit in your face. Escort this vermin to the harbor. As you command. Come with me, filth. Find your own way from here. Watch the cutscene. How did you even notice, man? I was pressing it so fast. Watch the cutscene. The smells of the sea fade as visions of an alien world envelop you. Aware of your present surroundings, you force your downwards and lean drunkenly against a nearby mooring, hoping to avoid notice. There was a death, let's say. This is one of those games where everyone levels up. The amount of experience everyone needs is exactly the same. So when we started, we all leveled up at the same time. But there were casualties. Welcome, Amadeus. We now have quorum. Orion, you may begin. Oh, in the last Dream games, the way they often tell the story is the main character has like some ability to see past events, and so they're kind of doing that this time around. Thank you, Emperor. All glory to your immortal rule. So right now we're looking at like a bunch of elves who were on this continent before. They like built it up. They were doing something with these special trees that were on these continents. And then for some reason, they changed their minds and they withdrew the whole elf, almost all the elves from the continents, and instead planted bunch of different races like elves, goblins, humans, like a bunch of different. I was purposely making my character die. Yeah, so and then they planted it, and then that's just kind of how it's been on this continent for like many years. So right now we're looking at that around the time when they decided to plant all those people. That's what we're looking at now. Fellow Veneer, the reports from Firma are troubling. The young races that we left to prosper are being massacred by a race of unknown identity. Even more troubling is the lack of otherworldly contact. All signs point towards the alien race being indigenous to Firma. Amadeus, how is this possible? All protocols were followed. There was no sentient life when we departed Firma. There is a gap in our understanding for. I am at a loss to explain this. Regardless of the cause, we must answer this barbarian force with the full might of the Veneer military. If there is any dissent, raise it now. May I remind you that all of the cost of a full-scale military campaign, soldiers' wages, weapons, food, and other supplies. I agree that we must not stand idly by while a younger race is slaughtered, but there is a significant cost to defend them. I propose we postpone all observational follow-up missions to the Terran planet to offset the cost of this war. So be it. Any others? This force sounds unlikely to respond to traditional diplomacy, and I agree that we must show our strength. However, I fear that the treaty may cause us to stumble. It seems this invading force is a true native race of Firma. Must not we then transfer the 4 races we embedded to some other world and leave Firma to the natives? Amadeus gathered Terrell and Kellerel and report to the ruling council. Present all your information on the trees of paradise. So these trees that they found, and that's what they call them here, the trees of paradise, they believe that these trees, they've been studying these trees for like a couple hundred years now, and they believe that these trees can grant them immortality somehow. So something happens where they found these trees on this new area, studied them, built like this big ass tower in that area, and then for some reason pulled out all their forces. So they didn't specify if they were done with researching the trees and they got what they wanted. They didn't say it. Amadeus. Is that one? Or a different one? Is that the one from Simpsons? I want to know by nightfall if we can reasonably assume that these invaders evolved at an accelerated rate after you left. Right away, Emperor. Now, the race that they're talking about is apparently it lived in like they lived in like a volcano and they always stayed there, and they started getting too big in that little area, but they consider themselves to be like the ultimate race amongst this planet. Vander, I leave all war preparations under your command. Ready the military for a full-scale attack within a lunar sweep. The young races will not survive much longer according to the latest reports, and regardless of how the treaty binds us, we will first have to defend them. Yes, Emperor Alice, I will begin immediately. The rest of you are dismissed. Regus, was that truly necessary? The nascent cultures of Firma that we have seeded in invaluable scientific discovery may burn to ash while we ruminate on the particulars of an evolutionary treaty. The evolutionary treaty is a great success of Vanir culture. While our technology may eventually fade into the annals of history, the treaty will live on in the form of 100 coexisting worlds of great biodiversity. Be that as it may, this delay in actions befuddles our elders and disenchants our youth. The treaty will live on, yes, but as a great stranglehold on efficient action. May history remember your role kindly when the cogs of Vanir society are smashed under the assault of a native race that rises beyond the Vanir. Meanwhile, on Firma. Your Majesty, the city is flooded with refugees, many of whom will starve if certain decisions are not made soon. I understand. Military issues have taken precedence. The horde approaches and will be upon us by the end of the week. Yes, Your Majesty, these are trying times. If I may be so bold, would you bestow upon me the royal authority to make decisions for the refugees? Yeah, some guy is really giving it his all. Human and elven refugees are living in terrible conditions throughout our grand city. The dwarves have already taken up and fled for the mountains, and the goblins seem ready to flee at the earliest opportunity. Surely, our duty binds us to spare even our scraps of food and remaining lodgings for them? I'm afraid not. The Royal Army already struggles to feed itself, and Aegis is currently drafting every able-bodied citizen to serve in our defense. If the defense fails, it will be the end of civilization. Our duty binds us more painfully than you think. For a while, the plight of the refugees is dire. It cannot be a priority. And yet, my lord. My lord, I have important news. Please leave us, Marith. Yes, my lord. What news do you bring? Scouts have returned with estimates of the enemy forces. They number more than 100,000 soldiers and warriors. Bloodied circles of hell. My exact sentiment, my lord. If every able-bodied human, goblin, and elf joined our cause, we might approach 50,000, but most of them would be untrained commoners. These walls are strong. They may yet hold, and every citizen with a bow is a point in our favor. Keep bolstering the numbers of the army. Yes, my lord. I will employ those unable to fight as fletchers to bolster our supply of arrows for the impending siege. Very good. Depart at once. $5 as this guy just ditches ship, abandons ship. I will not let Elven civilization fall on my watch. We shall stoke the embers of hope by fighting this vile force with every measure of our strength. Okay, well, we're back. We're back to the present. After striking it rich at the Westonian casino, I thought I'd vacation in Necht, but no one told me that they were waging a civil war with neighbors in Kort. I'm anxiously awaiting my protection detail to arrive from Westonia. A man of wealth certainly can't travel alone. Maybe if you didn't tell me that you were wealthy, you'd have better luck. Saltwater fish. Oh, I can just buy fish here. How much are... Holy shit, koi's are $5 grand, man. Crazy. Well, I'm going to come back here later. Because if this is where the story is supposed to be, I do want to do more exploring on the continent. I also want to collect hero tax from these people. Their houses are empty. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to say it. I was going to say, maybe because I slaughtered a lot of them. Everyone who fled Necht could see for themselves the world that awaits them beyond the town limits, as you well know. So, at some point, because we're looking in the past, and there's this whole fight that they're worried about, I'm guessing that they won that fight? Because all the races are still here. Erratic whip. Erotic whip? There are 6 goblins for every 1 human, and their breeding continues. My sheep, I can see the future because I understand the present. Okay. Tree of Life is to the north. Okay. Actually, maybe we could probably do a save, actually. The tree emits a strange aura. Let's save, please. This one is, there's more water and bridges. Ooh. I'll take that. Oh no, the guards detect me. Necht city guards. I am playing without a thief this time around, so whenever I try to open up treasure chests in towns, there's a small chance that I will trigger the guards. And usually they hit really fucking hard. Like they're dealing like 700. Oh no, Kix is dead. I'm sorry, Kix. They're faster than me too. What the fuck? Oh, this is not good. They are weak against darkness. I should probably bolster my defense. So let's get Fates to do some healing. Small will do. Fortify. Finny, you bring back Kix fast enough. I hope Kix can at least take 2 hits. Please. No, he's not. He's gonna die. Oh, he missed. Stay alive. Another miss. Ugh. Well, at least he took a whole party hit. We gotta kill one of these guys, man. Let's get Toxic Darks going. experimental liquid. We gotta try. Oh no, there's a cooldown for fast life. It's, I should have a good fish, I think. Nope, nope. There we go. 3 of them paralyzed. We're good. Just got to get the heals going again. We're talking. I think for Kix's next level, I'm just going to put pure strength. Howdy dookie. Boom, these guys are dead. All that for a recipe for vampiric spear. My husband has fallen for the prelate's propaganda. He's like a different person. I'm not even sure I still love him. I know it's wrong, but I want to punish him for his stupidity, so I've come here to throw his beloved treasure map into the pond. It's the same result if you take it. Do you want it? Okay. May it bring you more happiness than has brought my husband. Damn. He just shared everything with us. My husband has also been impotent for the past 5 years. Whenever, it's super gross, but whenever one of, like, the cat throws up, or anything, like, throws up, the dogs are, like, right fucking there. It's so gross. Just thinking about it. Google Bear. We have not come across a Google Bear. I forgot about Google Bear, actually. Do I have a bestiary? Right there, bestiary. A lot of the monsters still look pretty dumb, too. Like, we got Geodude here. It's like old man Geodude, I should say. Ugh, it's so gross. But the dogs are like always like, I swear they get to it before it even hits the damn floor. Frost Wolf. Banshee. They got these stupid, they call them floating anomalies. I don't know what the hell those things are. They look stupid. No Google Bear yet. Ugh, so gross, man. Rockwood was a decent place, even if the inhabitants were misguided. It's a hard lesson, but now they understand what comes from associating with those green barbarians. Damn. It's a sealed envelope. Probably best not to pry. We're currently in a racist town. They all hate goblins, and we also they sent out an army to attack a town that was like that had like goblins living in it with other humans. They sent their forces to attack there, and then we went there to defend them. So we recently just murdered like their whole army, so they're pretty pissed off at us. But they tried to do something about it, got their ass kicked, and they pretty much just gotta let me walk around town. A lunatic wandered through town several days ago, shouting a very specific number over and over. I have got to copy this down. Since that date, it's stuck in my mind, and I can think of nothing else. Yeah, he's the real boss. That'd be funny. if the final boss was like a bear of some sort. Just here to collect the hero tax. Ah shit. You guys detected me. I don't like fighting these guys. Try to get smoke bombs on them. Actually, no, let's get vigilance going. Smoke bombs with smoke. Boost our defense and get kicks to use meat shield. Emperor Google Bear. The ultimate of all bears. Ugh, don't kill anyone, please. Take it. Okay. I don't know how these guys are so damn fast. They're faster than my guy. Okay, we got 2 of them darkened. Let's get scan going. Experimental liquid. We should probably get fast cure on kicks. Try to get stun on them too. Darth Vader. Didn't they have like super high critical, like high crit rates? Darth Bears. Ooh, we got them all stunned. Now they're just babies. Reign of death. I loved getting him when I was playing Dragon Warrior Monsters 1. These poor guys. I just have them stun locked. The second they come out of stun, I stun them again. Good. I think they were just called Grizzly Bear. Because you know how they didn't have like every single iteration, every single cousin in the family kind of thing. But they had super high. Their attack would like skyrocket for the first 18 levels or so. Like I think it was 17. I should probably heal up. Now, would it be stupid of me to go to the inn at this place? Once above, now below. Here lies Jake, Bit by a snake. Damn, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want that on his tombstone. Check the snake, yeah. Necht is strong, but can it fight a war on two fronts? Is the army that attacked Rockwood working with the goblins? Is there nowhere safe outside Veer? Indecisive. What are we talking about? Just smoked your whole army already. Even those in Westonia can no longer deny the grave truths of Burma. Violence and strife have a way of finding people who refuse to acknowledge the darkness among us. Now I need to find someone who can craft stuff for me. I offer myself as leader because fellow humans observe my guidance. I march forward because others can barely stand. Dear nephew, your father was severely debilitated by a battle mage. He suffers from severe shaking and slurred speech, as well as something else from the distant past. For 50 years, your father has had this same nightmare. He wakes up screaming while reliving his panicked killing of an elven peacekeeper at close range who was bringing around his crossbow to fire on your dad while he tended to two wounded soldiers. I have been visiting with your dying father at, ironically, an elven hospital. If you are ever planning to reconnect with him, now would be the time. Dear uncle, I appreciate the notification about my father's impending death. However, I have no interest in connecting with him. My father abandoned my poorly educated mother with 4 kids and no job. We did not hear from him for years. In the meantime, we were reduced to accepting food from concerned neighbors. I have also endured time in a war zone, and while I understand that his time in the Great War was challenging for him, many of other humans have overcome their war experience and lead responsible lives. He has not. Damn. I am now my father's age at the time he abandoned his family, and thus I find his lack of responsibility ever more deeply disappointing. Just go in there and start reading personal shit. Dear nephew, there's another letter here. I thank you for sharing your sincere feelings, but you must know something more. Your grandmother was a powerful black mage who cast Confuse on your father. Okay. She possessed the sick desire to have her children need her, and she lured your father away from his family. Her only moment of regret occurred as she approached death. I was holding her in bed, listening for a sign of breath, where he eyes flew open in shock. She explained, I never knew Surge's children. Her final words were about you. I was pleased to see her hear this dying regret of her actions, but the full measure of damage has already been done. Dear uncle, I do not accept that my father was manipulated into a lifelong abandonment of his children by a black mage. Confusion wears off, but his cowardice endured. Dear nephew, your father's misery of the Great War rendered him susceptible to prolonged durations of the confusion spell. Please reconsider before it's too late. Damn. Dear uncle, the arguable duration of confusion aside, the young son that achingly sought a father is no longer here. There is no one for my father to reconnect with. Damn, is that you, good sir? The destruction of Rockwood surprised even the people of Necht. The goblins have shown themselves to be crafty beasts, yet the entire demolition of a venerable Rockwood begs whether there might be some greater, more sinister force at work. How are we? We need more, Good. Make a wild tonic. Thieving team. After hearing of Rockwood's destruction, I've changed my ways and lead a pious but impoverished life. You catch a glint of gold as he speaks and extract a precious coin hidden within his cheek. $10. Hey, a thief is in our midst. A thief! A thief, I say! Tiring of his hypocritical cries, you shake the lad and humiliate of his ill-gotten gains. 10 grand? Don't touch me! Leave me alone. So I just robbed that thief. I'm just going around like killing people and stealing shit from them. I was like, earlier I found this guy sitting in his home. He's like, I don't get along with main society people. I was like, okay. So I went to his back room that he had, and he had 2 chests there, so it being a JRPG, and I was there to collect hero tax. I went to go grab his treasure, but then he's like, hey, those are my treasures. I'm going to teach you a lesson. So he gets into a fight, and then just before I was about to lay the hurt down on them, he's like, oh shit, my life's not worth this. Then he runs away, and then I took over his house. I'm like, just we're just pieces of shit in this game. Life is made up of moments, some harrowing and some majestic. You have experienced much more moments than any creature alive. One-eyed warrior. The goblins of Ronkar are a plague that must be wiped from the face of Firma. When I was young, a goblin raiding party invaded my family's village. They slaughtered my parents and took my eye. Since then, I've made it my life's work to rid the world of goblin scum. Her name is Claire. Dear Claire, your decorated brown bag is very sweet. Okay. I enjoyed your tortured hearts against the blue clouds that are clearly struggling to exist as a distant form. I sometimes feel this way too, Claire. I used your bag to retch because the blue clouds make me so intensely angry. You didn't mean to make me angry, did you, Claire? Yours, the polite Riddler. Is that a reference to something? That is weird. Most of the goblins we came across were like just normal ass citizens. And apparently the whole thing that happened, why the Nechtians just despise goblins so much, was that the goblins don't have a concept of property or what. So there was a goblin that took something from one of the Nechtians' land or something along those lines, and he got pissed, and then that's kind of how things really start to escalate to the war. Surely some oath will be sent to warn the high and mighty World Council about Rockwood. Debates will ensue, resolutions will be made, and denunciations made. Meanwhile, the ruins of Rockwood will continue to smolder. There is much to admire in people of action. Yeah. That's why I'm fighting for them, man. Might you be such a person? Or are you perhaps a lowly messenger, generating nothing more than bureaucratic brouhaha? Okay, lady. I need to heal, man. Let the foolish administrators in Westonia take note that their investment in Rockwood is literally in rubble, and Necht stands against the odds without support. Okay. Invest in might, and you will always be right. But I destroyed your army. Ooh, hopefully they'll let me make things here. Yes. Okay. We can make a sapping sword for kicks. A sword that reduces enemies' intelligence by 25%. Let's do that. Stuff, man. Like that. A zombifying bow, and we can probably do that for Fates. Fates needs a bow. A replenishing whip. A learned staff. A staff that increases the amount of SP earned in battle and from SP orbs. So it has an innate SP boost. That's cool. But is it better? Oh, damn, I should have got this cool Defiant bow. Let's make the Luminous Staff. Because it's a staff that increases intelligence, and we'll probably give that to Finny. We got the Giant's Armor. Let's make that. We'll make Reservoir Robe. I usually can't make shit like the way I'm doing right now, but it's been a long time since I had access to one of these shops, so that's why I'm actually can pull off a lot of the stuff. Let's do Purified Armor. Golden Helm. We'll do Invisibility Cloak, I guess. Golden Helm. Barrier Shield. I think we're okay for now. Oh yeah, Smo does have the least experience on boat for everybody. Okay, Apollo's bow. I'm gonna keep my bow. My bow's still better. Excalibur. Okay, well, Excalibur's still better. Mercenary Shield. A dark shield that protects against critical strikes. Even though the Barrier Shield is better defense-wise, I'm going to hang on to the Mercenary Shield. Because I'm having that problem dealing with people's, or the enemy's criticals on my guy. Let's keep that on him. Let's give Kix the Purified Armor. Because it's a little bit shittier against the Ancient Armor, but it does give us immunity to Poison, Jinx, and Zombification. We'll upgrade Finny's staff to the Luminous Staff because it increases intelligence by 20, and that's just what I like to have on him. Guess we'll do Emerald Gloves here. Emerald Shoes. Saint's Robe. We can give him a Reservoir Robe, which boosts his MP by like a shitload amount. Let's do that. Let's give face the golden hound. No, you got that MP boosting equipment. You're good. Don't tell him. Nobody tell him. Let's give Fates the emerald gloves, I guess. Is that got anything better? Okay, now I gotta choose between an armor that resists all status effects or this super badass armor that boosts my HP by like 1,000. No? Of course not. Okay, I need to heal. You weren't in the game. It was Vantos that I kicked out. Vantos was in the party. Rockwood stood against time like a stone temple against the mighty winds, and now is simply wiped from history. We are facing an unprecedented threat indeed. But listen well, it is not the goblins. There is some rogue army at work, and all my deep historical study lends me not so much as a guess as to the army's intentions. Okay, well, I'm gonna go quickly save over here. Except, I don't want to use one of my camping items. I want to try to stay at the inn, but staying at the inn inside a town that hates me, probably not the best idea. So. I am a noble woman of principle. Foolish goblin defenders such as yourself may sleep in the muck of the Necht ponds, or in a grave, for all I care. But you cannot stay here. Should we insist to stay, or should we leave? I'll talk to the guys. Vigilant Explorer. Have you heard the reports of a powerful banshee? The Pscyhopomp spotted in the southwest. When I hear such spectacular claims, I rarely believe them unless I verify the reports myself. Sadly, I must confirm that there is a monster worthy of the Mercenary Guild's efforts. As I watched it from afar, I could not remember ever feeling so terrified. I fear for Necht after we sent our soldiers away to their deaths in Kort. That was me. That was all me. Murdered a bunch of people. We are defenseless against the Pscyhopomp. The strong shall inherit Firma. We must all ask ourselves, are we strong enough to survive? Inferno! So, 20 round. Okay, well, I better heal. Okay, so we went there, we went there. There is a Cretan tax in Necht. That means you pay double. Holy, damn, that poor cat. My BS reasoning for kicking out of the party was that you were never in the party. What do you want, eh? Goblin lovers pay double. Well, you got shitty equipment anyways. Don't want your cheap stuff. Yeah, I had a thief in the class, but that was Vantos. Vantos was the one who got kicked out. Hero tax. This is. But this game has treasure chests only the thief can unlock. So now that I don't have a thief, there's like treasure chests I can't open. They have a picture of some sperm hanging up on their walls. The guards detected you. We'll be fine. Ooh, I love getting that, man. We get paralysis on everybody. It's beautiful. It's exquisite. Let's get Rain of Death. Let's get Smolda. Cover. Kicks, and let's get kicks to guard. They're mostly going after him anyways. That guy was paralyzed, and then when he came to, he had a burning sensation. That's small for you. Oh, this is that guy that was... yeah. Ooh, more guards. Ooh. Damn, I got one darkness on. But we got the speed going, so we should be good for experimental liquid. But who's gonna heal us? Kicks, I guess. The burning just means it was a good time. I love seeing that. The whole enemy team is just paralyzed. They can't do anything. Don't have to use any heavy MP skills. Just take them little bit by little. Good. guy's gonna be all pissed off at me. I'm gonna eat your vegetables. Necht is the last refuge of free humans on Firma. Rejoice, the world shall see the humans our master. Our strength, our resolve, and our passion are the only hope for Firma against the dark forces around us. I thought he would call me a goblin lover. Goblin lovers, how misguided you have been. Rockwood's grandeur has now succumbed to the vile goblin onslaught. Repent from your grave misdeeds and join in our noble opposition to their foul desires. Fight now for the survival of humans, and your sins shall be forgiven. Okay. Are you doing anything later, Smo? Want to play some more Zone later? Are you gonna suddenly be out of the city? Like, oh, I'm not at home now. All of a sudden. It seems we now have a common enemy, Goblin lover. After you grovel for your gross naivete, I will permit you to be my human shield in battle. I'm leaving the city at the exact time that you want to play. I don't know why that clothesline's giving me a hard time. Okay, so before we go search the docks to get a ship, I want to go search south. Let's save first. Okay, not for a while. Probably not until after after I'm done here, and then I'll eat something. Then I'll message you. Okay, the Necht dock. You just have the south side to go get that moa that's down there. Why is that there though? It's kind of weird. Well, anyways, we'll go check it out. There should be a big monster here to fight. There it is. It's camp. This is going to be a little painful. The Pscyhopomp. Let's get vigilance going. Let's get boost our speed. Smo. I need you to boost our HP just in case this person hurts us pretty bad. I should have a few oh, I only have one more Dory. Finny. This thing probably boost our magic defense. And kicks, you boost your own HP, please. Dark Bolt. Not too bad, not too bad. I need Smo too. boosted the party's intelligence. Finny. Hit her with a magical imbue. I kind of want to know what we're dealing with here. I mean, Fates has got to use it. I mean, not Finny. Damn it, Keeks died. Oh well, the intelligence boost isn't that critical for him. Let's get scan going. So far, this thing's only used Dark Bolt, which means I could get Dark Ward going. But what am I dealing with here? 150,000 HP. Uh-oh, Howling Death. Does not sound good. They're fully weak against fire and light. So almost 20,000 each turn if I get everybody to fight. Alpha Flash. We got this person. We gotcha. Oh, lower my intelligence. Interesting. But I'll cover rebuttal. Miss. Dead. Yay. Okay, the only thing I see is the MOA place. The not a chocobo place. Do. Actually, let's do a couple fights here. We might run into something that we haven't come across yet. Or we just get ambushed. Oh shit, I didn't even save, man. But these guys are pretty weak. Die. Okay, it just looks like the same enemies from the north there. One more. Yeah, just the same. MP damage. Those were the guys that killed me the last time. Oh wait, hang on. Let's set up camp out here. Then we'll go to the port. Perhaps the guild will now realize that the goblins are the mongrels that we claim. They destroyed Rockwood, and they'll come for us next. For some reason, they think it's goblins. Or it's not that they probably don't think that it's goblins. They're just trying to use goblins as an excuse. Okay, what was that guy that was talking about the banshee? I wonder if he'll say anything now that I killed it. Here he is. You defeated the Pscyhopomp? I'm ambivalent regarding the goblin prejudice espoused by my neighbors, so I won't hesitate to shake your hand. Thank you. Okay. Wasn't expecting him to give me anything, because that monster's needed for one of the guild quests, so we'll get a reward once we get to the main capital. I'm hiding from the captain while the rest of the crew loads goods destined for North Bay. Things are going well so far. If I can stay under the radar for a few more days, I might actually get a bit of rest. Actually, let me get myself something to drink here. Just give me a few seconds. Actually, I should probably check my SPs. My skill points. See if there's anything I can learn. Smoke screen. Would be really nice to have. Prevent surprise attacks. Sounds really nice, actually. You know what? A surprise attack. I almost got murdered by a surprise attack. I'm gonna take this one. And then I think I might work on getting Komodo Dragon. That way I can flip between Rain of Death and Komodo Dragon for when I'm attacking. Okay, see ya, Dookie. Okay, kind of sounds like it if it's puking already. Like twice. Do you want to burrow my dog so we can eat up that puke? Ooh, we have fast item now. Allows item to be first action. Probably uses a lot of MP, but it'll be a lifesaver. Boom. Okay, and then Finny's, I'm saving up his SP points for Ethereal Strike. 1500 HP damage plus 10 times intelligence and all that goodness. I think that'll be my my magical imbue, just fucking way better. It sounds so good. But we're almost level 90, so we'll get that soon. And kicks, what am I doing with you? You know what? Let's get Devastation. 500% normal attack to an enemy, plus it lowers their defense. Boom, bitch. Traffic is slow. Perhaps I should venture off to North Bay to see if the economy fares better there. One of the puppies are trying to get over the little barricade I made. First Necht, and now Rockwood has been attacked by a mysterious force? The Nechtians claims it must have been the Goblins, but could they truly have done something on such a massive scale? The trip to North Bay can't come soon enough. I must escape this chaos. Ooh, there's a chest there. Let's go grab it. This is the biggest ship, so I'm guessing this is the ship that we gotta try to get, maybe? Oh, there's nobody on it. Maybe not. Oh, that puppy's trying so hard. He's gonna get. Probably this guy then. Nechtian captain. What's that? You're looking for a passage to Veer? Hell no. I know a goblin lover when I see one. Threatening violence will do no good. You'd be sailing the ship east over my dead body. I don't think that you could kill me and command my crew. Every man here is loyal to a fault, and none are friend to goblins. Your kind makes me wretch, but I am not above being bought. Grant me a sum of 20 years' pay, and you'll have the right passage to Veer. That's 500 G's. Lest I be accused of being unreasonable, I also recognize redemption. Destroy the Goblin village on the island to the south of Necht, and I will declare you changed. Now get out of my sight. I either gonna destroy one car or pay 500,000. Oh, we'll just pay him 500,000. Damn, I didn't take you for a millionaire. Unfortunately, I'm a man of my word. You've paid what I asked. Take your ship, but don't expect Necht to ever welcome your kind. Cool. Do I get to control the ship? Ooh, I can. So the Goblin place is down south here. Maybe we'll go check it out. This world map doesn't seem as large, maybe? Never mind, this one looks pretty big. I remember there being like a lot of little islands that you could explore. And I don't see a dock here, so that probably means either Blue Moa or we get like an airship of some sort. There's the volcano. I don't know if this is the volcano. There's no dock here either. There's a dock here. This must be the Elven place. I don't remember the ship music being so rockin' last time. Maybe I'll come here. Just kind of check what's closest to me. This place is surrounded by rocks. There's also like desert over here. I don't know where to go. We'll go south first. I do want to have a couple of fights out in the water. Oh wait, I gotta scan these guys. What am I doing? I'll do more than a few fights, I guess. Those crabs. I have to admit, they don't look that menacing. Oops, wrong move. Holy fuck, they murdered me. Maybe 2 more fights. We got him. That was my fault. I shouldn't have let him die like that. Those little jellyfish are actually kind of strong. So I think this is supposed to be the Goblin place. Not many human make it to Rockford, but Goblin no do this. Not even other Goblin tribe. Something else attack human. So other Goblin tribe. Ronkar village. Me still like human friend. They know I have home now in Rockwood. We share treasure with them when we find them. Human think Rockwood good idea. Now it's gone. Human thinking fighting Goblin good idea. Now we know let them stay here. Goblin Tribes Volume 1 by Gibbon. Many humans do not realize that the Goblins of Ronkar are a separate tribe from those of the inhabited Ugbar. They have not recognized the authority of the Ugbar king since before the Great War. They're just lumped in, eh? Well, still gonna collect hero tax as per normal. Hero tax does not discriminate. Human fighting each other in Rockwood. Soon there be no one left at all. Now Goblin no agree about living with human. We tried to warn human about making their house by other Goblin tribe, but they no listen to us. First other Goblin tribe fight with human, then human fight with us. So even the Goblins think that they did it? Human blame Goblin for knocking down Rockwood. They not know it may be other tribe? Or maybe it's some other human tribe? They not all the same. We not all the same. I'll take that. You think Rockwood rebuild? Yeah. They built it before, they built it again. Just an ordinary well. Humans not get along with each other. Why they invite Goblin in? We stay safe here by ourselves. I'll take those. Goblin Property Volume 2 by Gibbon. The Goblin view of property is complex. Much like tribal humans, all Goblins' property is considered communal. Paradoxically, Goblins also possess a strong instinct for hoarding. It's an ancient parchment written in Goblin language that you do not understand. They have a little bit of cash. Not much. Still gonna take it. Rockwood was a great loss for humans and goblins. I think darker times are on the horizon. I hope to help rebuild Rockwood to display our kind intentions to humans. Guessing this is like the town hall. None know how Rockwood destroyed. Chieftain will figure it out. Will same force that destroyed Rockwood attack Ronkar? Even me scared. The History of Ronkar, Volume 1 by Noda. Harvin, the first Ronkar chieftain, made a name for himself as a captain of the Ugbar military during the Great War. Harvin was offered the leadership of the Gremlar township, but refused. He feared that the temporary truce at the end of the Great War wouldn't last, and led a band of the other goblins to what would become Ronkar. But Ronkar would not have survived under Harvin's leadership had he not had Trina, his future wife, and Lana, the future chieftain, to counsel him. That puppy made it. She's over here now. Harvin was a great warrior, and the incursions of the Nechtian soldiers of North grated upon him. Trina and Lana counseled patience, which ultimately saved Ronkar from extermination by Necht. Humans, welcome to Ronkar Village. Rockwood destruction troubling. Human rumor blame Goblin. I know it's not true. Okay, well. Pretty much took all we could from these... No, we didn't come here. We still got more to take. Humans now split into small tribe. Small tribe Rockwood destroyed. We must make a big tribe with all who are left to fight evil. Not sure if safer here or with other tribe. Not want to run into human army on the way to other tribe, so me stay here. Goblin tried to help Rockwood, but humans scared of big army and scared of Goblin who want to help. We no set fire, we want to put out fire, but human at Rockwood are too mad for us to help. When the separate races first met, it was a challenge for them to communicate. For centuries, each race held to their own original language, but eventually the human language began to take hold. The Elven language was much too complex for the Goblins, while the Goblins' written language was virtually non-existent. The human language served as a middle ground for the three races. Okay, we explored that side. Oh, I didn't check behind the house here. Did. Treasure. Warpstone. Fish no bite today. Maybe you have better luck. Want bait? Let's buy 31 of those. Oops. I was holding the fast forward button. Remember to save after I do this too. Perfect throw, but the fish wriggled off the spear. Out of bait. I got a devil ray there. I don't know what that is. 500 damage with one element. Okay, these are just the elemental fish. Oh, let's save. Hey, there was no inn at that place. Just noticed that. Lanternfish, your name. Oh, they're fast. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm still alive. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot that. More times finish me off. Oh, I don't have enough for fast life. Uh-oh. I don't want to use my items, so I'm just going to use this, I'm just going to use the tree. Where am I going? I think I'll hit up this first town right here, see what happens. Those jellyfish are a little bit of a pain in the ass. Okay, everyone's level is up. What should I use for this level? Should I go a little bit more defense? Or HP? No, let's pump it all into HP again. And Dark Knight kicks. Just want to check out how strong these dudes are here. This might be one of those cases where I shouldn't be here. They're all new. Holy shit, they all took a fire hit. The Rockwood citizens feared fearful rage alone and were brutishly cut down. Though their lives are not valued by the mysterious and ignoble conquerors, we must uphold the value of all civilizations everywhere. Collectively, we shall be resilient. Oh, what's this? The item shop and... oh, the weapon shop. They're all in the same spot. Vinny! I was hoping you'd show up. Because I missed you. I got the boat, as you could probably tell. When he asked me to pay $500,000 or go murder the goblins, I chose the money. I didn't feel like I had my fill of murdering things. Yeah, oh, that's right. We just got to level 90, so I could level up your guy. I've been saving up your points. Ah, of course I don't got enough. I wanted Ethereal Strike. Wanted to get this one. No, I did not murder the goblins. I stole from them. After I got the ship, I went down there and collected my hero tax. But they are alive and well. Advanced scouting. Lasts. Oh, look at that. That's so good. How is that different from Transcendent Scan? 15%. How's that different from my other scan? 10% attack, defense, intelligence, magic defense. For murdering the goblins? What if I was doing it for gameplay reasons? I got smoke screen on my guys, so stop being surprised in attacks. Kind of want this healing. Oh, we got fast item for Smo. I just finished getting it, so we didn't get a chance to use it yet. Oh, I want this so bad. That's the same excuse I use for when I collect hero tags. Okay, Veer. We're supposed to be going to Veer. And we made it to Huldra. So I guess we'll explore Huldra first. How far did you make it, Finny? So far, I only found one piece of paper that gives me a hint for something in the future. That was a Necht. I got the numbers 1216 1983. So far, that's the only thing I found. The papers contain surprisingly moving poetry. Armor. You got junk too. To Necht, the racist Goblin town. I just finished making a bunch of things, so I can't make anything right now. But I think my dog wants to go out. I'll be right back. I'll let her out. The big continent to the east. The main one? I'll be right back. The closest one here? Okay, so Necht is there. The one to the right. Okay, yeah. So like I just got the ship. I went to go explore Rancor. Now I'm starting to explore Tisaren. I noticed there's not as much smaller islands to explore like there was in the first one. Oh, there's this. Okay, well, I'll finish going through here. This one in the town. That place, oh shit, I gotta bring up the map, hang on. That place, I think, is... I think it was this place right here. The one with the floating island. I think. When I was looking at a map, I think that's what I seen. Oops. Me miss home in Hogbar. Come here to find a friend and take me to Estonia, but Tisaren's so far away. Could have been back home by now. One day, elf friend talked to me about Tisaren. He say it very old and that me like it a lot. So me came and he right. Many old tunnel to explore. Me like to sneak around, find new place. It's dangerous though. You better be muscle like me. Okay. The scattered papers recorded expenses and profits over the last several months of the business at the end. Yeah, might as well stay here. I imagine you also went to the ice tower, Finny. that puzzle in the ice tower. That's just math, man. That was just straight math. It is human for the Rockwood survivors to expect us to sneak vengeance on their behalf, but elves do not actualize such base emotions. We seek not vengeance, but prudence. Okay. I figured out the pattern with the whole 1, 2, 4, 8 thing, but I miscalculated. I thought it was asking me how much gold was in the last room that we were in, but it wanted all gold from every room. So I had to go through it again. But luckily I had my answers written down. Counted it. I probably wouldn't have trusted myself to count it. I would have miscounted. Okay. Gonna have junk here. Ah, you have the look of someone with a discerning eye. How do you regard the opening of my autobiography? When I was a fledgling child, I awoke while immersed in my violin rendition of an obscure work by the composer Elven. Presented before an aristocratic audience, my sheet music flipped to the floor in disarray. Without notes to set my gaze upon, I found my bow flourished onward, improvising beyond the tune into a score as yet unheard. Thereafter, I knew I was a composer. I guess we'll compliment him. Wonderful, wonderful. I have a reading planned in Volandra to be spoken over the melodic rhythms of my latest composition. Good job, brother. Okay. Tisaren city guards look fairly menacing. I'm gonna get our speed up here first. Defense up. What do I want to do here for me? No, we should probably get smoke bombs on them instead. These guys are always fucking faster than me, man. Some of these city guards. Oh, I need work on them. Try paralyze them. There we go. Experimental liquid did the job. Ultra scan. Ooh, those poor guys. All that for a block hole button. A diary records the emotions of the owner after hearing of the destruction of Rockwood. Although I was not present to witness Rockwood's demise, survivors speak of its vast and merciless invading horde. Events not directly perceived require skepticism, and yet the danger is so great as to merit the immediate preparation of countermeasures for Tisaren. Wanderings, Volume 5, Cesario. After just one day in a small part of one Goblin enclave, I believe I am now sufficiently prepared to make sweeping pronouncements regarding Goblin culture. Primarily that goblins are odd. Okay. Volume 5. Oh, it's the same thing. Volume 6. I am on my way to Estonia. I noticed a vast assortment of older-looking elven coins on the support beam of a rather large bridge. Why were they there, and why hadn't anyone retrieved them? Ghost coins. Volume 7. I evaluated how to acquire the coins and ultimately climbed over the rail to scale down to the lower ledge. I hung there for a moment, unable to determine whether I would be able to jump back up. One of those trees are here as well. I normally reside in Rockwood, yet I survived the attack because I made a chance visit to Tisaren during Rockwood's stunning demise. Because I failed to observe the events there directly, I worry that we presume too much. What standing army do we really surmise to be the cause? Perhaps my absence was not entirely fortunate. Okay. The fetal babe I was extinct. The awkward child has long vanished. The angry teenager is dead. The young striver, gone. The parent perished. The elder ended. Now I have finally gone as well. Sigma, discontinuous elf. A lot of different things here. Why are these chests here? Massive magic potion. Magma blast potion. For some reason I feel like I'm gonna have to fight for these chests. But I'm gonna take them anyways. Only a thief can unlock this chest. Can't I hire a thief to do it for me? How we label in historic regard Rockwell's destruction matters not just during our contemplation of an immediate response, but more significantly labels matter for how we respond to all such crises in the future. Puppy. Sorry about that. Cesario Volume 1. Ah, the wonders of Ronkar, the humble architecture and paths, the water that makes me wish I were no longer alive. Cesario kind of sounds like a jerk. Volume 2. I witnessed a simple goblin trick today. A goblin stood before 3 small boxes, and goblins around him bet on which box contained a marble. After the boxes were rapidly moved about, I realized that 2 of the goblins who frequently won were actually his accomplices. I pointed out the fraud to the naive goblins plain, and the tricksters punched me in the chest. My little shitty healing herbs move. He should be okay. I fear Elven blood will be shed in yet another Elven war. Let us reflect on how even a single loss diminishes the Elven race significantly. Sorry, kitty. You're gonna knock the mic out. Aiding the humans in seeking justice for Rockwood might result in their continued dependence on us. We must free from them and their sickening lack of independence. If they wish to be regarded as a mature race, they must endure the burdens of earning our respect. Wanderings, Volume 3 by Cesario. In a Runkar Park, I met a 4-year-old goblin kicking a ball made from a beast's stomach. This child could smash this ball further and more accurate than I ever could. In some ways, the goblins are an improbably impressive species. Oh, here's some new numbers here. A week ago, I was reading a book when I suddenly became dizzy. I stared at the page, the letters morphed into numbers and rearranged to form a strange number. I'm unable to forget the experience. What the hell is this town called? Tisaren? No, you better not go on the keyboard. We are still free to choose how we respond to the fall of Rockwood. In doing so, we teach the younger races that they are not slave of circumstance or emotional attachment. The elves kind of sound like jerks. Everybody's jerks in this game, even me. One time, elves tell me about a happy glass that is half full. Me not sure what was inside of the glass, but they say elf with glass happy. Me not sure why, me usually happy, but now just confused about glass. It appears to be a bucket list. Most of the items have a check mark on them. How should we best respond to the news of Rockwood? We mustn't allow ourselves to become worse through either action or neglect than those who we should fight against. Wanderings, Volume 8 by Cesario. I decided against jumping down to the bridge support beam and climbed back up. Still, I couldn't help myself from staring transfixed at the many elegant coins. More guards. Damn, they deal over 1,000 damage to my guy. get rid of that bleeding out. I don't know if Remedy does that. Guess we'll find out. I don't think it does, but let's try. No. I think I needed something else for that. I don't remember what. Maybe I got a fish that will stop bleeding. Come on, kill him before Kix dies. Kix is what the hell I won't save them. Okay, I should probably stay at the inn. I am getting beat up pretty bad here. Elves would do well to refrain from any vulgar violence, even in defense of an ally. Let us stand aside as the lower races clash in ignorant darkness across the plains of Firma. When the cleansing sun arises, the elves always endure. Reason enables us to transcend thoughts born of the emotions. Some belligerent humans in an outlying town have fallen victim, and the elves are begged to provide aid. Yes, we have a duty to the younger races, but the perseverance of the Elven civilization trumps all other concerns. Wanderings Volume 9 by Cesario. After a few practice jumps to gauge my vertical leap, I decided that I was Cesario, and thus fully capable and destined to obtain these coins. The fall was longer than I expected. Maybe he died. Ooh, Resurrection Elixir. I need those. Went in here, right? Yeah. Although the elves are few in number, we must live beyond this time of darkness to tell the story of this conflict and ensure that our traditions survive our present generation. The armory. Be happy to help kind elf by doing proud job of stalker. No one faster or singing louder than me. Don't worry, I'll help you. Ah, shit. You don't bleed out again, please, sir. Ah, fuck. Bleeding out again. Dang it, I didn't do vigilance. This guy's gonna die if I don't cure him. I wonder if my wanted level is getting higher and higher. I feel like I'm fighting more of these fights. I was getting with a deep slice. Kick's gotta spend the rest of the battles holding his wounds. Oh shit, wrong move. Oh. My military career commenced when I was cynically enlisted as a ready means to garner financial support. That was during peacetime. Then, to my horror, Rockwood was suddenly smashed to bits and war was no longer a historical burden borne by my ancestors. A tremulous stress possessed my every action as I attempted to circumvent deployment. There must be some avenue to escape. Alas, the military machine blitzkrieged through carefully positioned plans, and I was swept up in war. I am now serving my time. Yet, moment by moment, I am terribly anxious of being dispatched to the front lines against the dark force. I recognize no glory in dying a hero's death, and I loathe to be praised for serving my king and country. I have declined 2 rare field promotions to be an officer. My life, at least to me, is worth more than one conflict within a procession of 1,000 wars. I shall serve my time and then depart with mixed feelings of disgust for the races of the world, as well as perhaps myself. As for you, my gloomy armored friend, under what temporal or meaningless banner do you serve? I actually mean no offense, and here, perhaps you will make better use of this. Thank you. If you see great purpose in this absurd will to power, I am not your kinsman, but still I wish you success on your journey. Good luck. Good luck. Wanderings Volume 30 by Tisaren. The dwarf standing by a group irritated and interjected. The coins are counterfeit, made by the Mad King Argus. It insults and confuses the guards here that he wanted them. Volume 31. Admittedly, the dwarf's explanation made immediate sense. Still, I wanted the coins, and I did nothing to relieve them from my pockets, even under the increasingly harsh stare of the guards. Loyal Lieutenant, whatever dark army is seeking to blight out the intellectual world, whether of abhorrence for our freedom or love of self-hatred, good people stand ready to shed their lives, reveal our enduring light. Wanderings, Volume 32. All at once the Inquisition was over and a guard asked, "When are you leaving Westonia?" Sensing the intent behind the question, I responded, "Immediately." As a chef who mindfully practices his craft, I derive great satisfaction from continuous refinement. The royal family has cultivated exquisite tastes, and thus my efforts find reward in their kind appreciation of my talent. The elves have most wondrous books. The libraries of Theopolis pale in comparison to this treasure troves of knowledge. There's a bunch of volumes there. Life is a sheet of paper. If we distract ourselves by folding and doodling, the paper could be ripped away in a sudden act of violence. Instead, let us use the paper to write an enduring treaty at the World Council and thereby prevent such careless of handling in the future. These are all by Cesario. That's why there was like subtly 30 of them. Ah, what perfection. Would this be my final meal? I would die a happy elf. For the life of me, I can't remember what I was searching for, but I ended up finding this old treasure map amongst my papers. It looks to be authentic, but the world is no place for someone such as myself. You have the look of a hardened warrior who may enjoy such a hunt. Would you like the treasure map? Okay. Excellent. I hate to throw anything away so serendipitously, but that you arrived so soon that I found the map. The Royal Lounge. Many outsiders think that we elves ignore science in favor of magic. Nothing could be further from the truth. Those ignorant onlookers are so overwhelmed by the spark of magic that they never look further. I've been commissioned by the Huldra government to study one of the few diseases that we have not yet eradicated. Science can be triumphant where magic fails. The Tisaren governor called me back from retirement to help with logistics of closing the Aldrin borders. I'm not sure what use I'll be, but I'll do my best to honor Tisaren. Damn, this place still goes up. To treasure. Yeah. Sometimes I find things in these mirrors. Sometimes I find nothing, and most of the time it's like a little blurb. Royal audience seekers would do well to avoid tussling with me. I consume only lean chicken breast and amass exquisite bulk definition by lifting tree trunks. Surely my strengths are best utilized by Firma's greatest military force. I was just standing there waiting to tell that to somebody. Without the guarded bonds of civil society, I readily confess to a wanton lawlessness within me. My vigor arises naturally, and I would employ my muscle powers to my own ends. For now, the Royal Guard benefits from my blunt talents, and the female guards benefit from my considerable charisma. Tisaren Castle is a spring dream perfected in reality. A suitor once compared Tisaren to a summer's day. What insult! Tisaren is far more brilliant and warm. I rejected this Cliniums immediately for the bland, thuggish guard that he is. In this, the autumn of my life, I wish to pour my heart into serving the enduring cultural beauty of Tisaren. This is the governor. These are the troubling times for Haldra. We have known relatively peace for numerous centuries, dating back to the Great Wars that rocked Firma, but also brought about the Decadal World Council. It was a difficult decision to close the Westonian borders, an unprecedented action in recent times, and yet King Anar and I decided that Westonia could not and would not fall as Rockwood did. Okay, well, at least we got this town all searched. Searching these towns takes up a considerable time. But you gotta do it if you want those secrets and treasures. Okay, I should probably hit up the inn before we leave. Shall we continue on our way through here? Maybe I'll hit up that cave that's over to the right there. Damn it, these guys are fast. Oh, and they froze me. I don't know how to unfreeze myself when I get frozen. Other than, like, death. Oh, these guys are fucking wrecking me, man. Let's use fast item. Ah, shit, I'm out of, uh-oh. I'm out of marlins. Flounders will do. Damn it, those guys are still alive. Holy fuck. Uh-oh. Can't use fast item either. Okay, what I'll do is let fire take these guys out. And I'll use a fish to bring everybody back. And we'll get free into fast cure snow. Hopefully they don't kill us. Oh shit. Never mind, we're faster all of a sudden. What the hell? Okay, I guess that works. That's weird. Mammoth is new. Scan him. Try to get some smoke bombs going, I guess. Guys hit hard, man. Oh, there's a fishing spot here. Cool. The ice water fish, I think those are just the elemental fish. Many elves deride the skill of ice water fishermen, but after decades of practice at all styles, I can confidently say that ice water fishing is the most dangerous and difficult. Might as well take care of it. Some of them over here. Not even close. Remember to save. Remember to save. Okay, let's find out what's here. The ancient Elven script was completely worn away with the passage of time. These are truly ancient mines. These mines are condemned by the order of Enor, 33rd King of Haldra. Entry is prohibited. Can't tell me what to do? Ah, damn. They can. I need a key. Gotta end the stream, son. Oops. Uh-oh. I wasn't expecting him to kill him. I'm sorry, guys. Now we're entering the frozen tundra. Okay, I guess we're kind of going backwards. But let's see. There's a couple of shortcuts over there. What is the purpose of those shortcuts? Oh, there's a moa tree there. Let's go grab it. Okay, those stupid guys are faster than me, so let's get my speed up. Smoke bombs going. Kicks might die. Ooh, he dodged it just in time. Oh, Kix is dead. Shit. I was kind of hoping to go before Finny, but... no. Hey, Vector. Thanks for coming. Okay, we got our next level ups here. The dudes here do hit harder. Maybe I'll put them all into defense again. At least for fates and small infinity intelligence. Yeah, let's do that, because it's at least for fates. Because when kicks go down, I don't want us to be completely helpless. I need Finny's magic to be a little bit stronger. I think he can start one-shotting those guys soon. There it is. This is nice to have. These not a chocobos. Okay, where am I going? We go straight up to the town. Or maybe I'll go here. And do a little bit of fishing. There is something over here. It looks like kind of like springs. It's way off to the side. Okay, I'll go to the fishing place first. Okay, where am I? It's a giant ass rat. Malevolent Ivy. Oof, I don't like the sound of that. Oops. You know what? Let's just do a camp. That spire looks pretty menacing. Okay, I'm just gotta follow the river. We should make it. No new enemies. Damn. That rat's beating the shit out of me. Damn, it dealt like over 1,000 damage. Oh, I thought that thing was gonna kill me. Damn rats. That must have been Master Splinter. These guys are usually pretty fast and pretty strong. These versions don't seem that fast. And not as strong. Okay. Oops, I always do that. Whenever I enter in from right going left, I always hold right when I enter into something. You're envious of my deluxe fishing spear, aren't you? Yes, it's taken me decades to perfect its design, and it far outpaces my old fishing spear. I'll take pity on you since I still remember how small the fish were when I was using the old fishing spear. Here, take this recipe for a deluxe fishing spear. Sweet! It'll take some time to acquire the ingredients for the deluxe fishing spear, but trust me, it'll be well worth your time. Would you like to buy some bait? Okay. I'm gonna buy 98. And I'm gonna spend all of it fishing, just not on stream. Let's see, but I think I'm gonna call it a stream for today. I'm getting hungry. But thanks for watching, guys.